Ignoring his botched withdrawal from Afghanistan during his State of the Union address last night, Congressman Zach Nunn brought Afghan translator Nabi Mohammadi, who actually served for the U.S. Army, to the State of the Union address, and they are both joining me now. Gentlemen, thank you for being with us this morning.
Good morning, Ashley. Thank you very much for having us.
Absolutely. Congressman, you guys were there. You tell us what your takeaways were from Biden's speech.
Well, it's a chilly morning in D.C., and certainly Biden's reception is getting a frosty return. Look, here's the reality. There are certain things that we can't agree on, things like fighting fentanyl, being able to take care of seniors. But what we don't agree on, and what the president spent probably 10 minutes on, was over-regulation coming from the federal government, regulating everything from the airline baggages to hotel fees. But then he spent a sparse 10 seconds on key national security issues like China and being able to protect our southern border. And in Nabi's case, there was no conversation about his family that was left behind in Afghanistan after his 9 combat tours serving with the U.S. forces as an interpreter inside Afghanistan.
You know, Congressman, talk to us about that. 0 minutes spent on the Afghanistan withdrawal, the disastrous Afghanistan withdrawal. Were you shocked by that, or were you expecting him to mention it at least for a couple of seconds?
Yeah, as a fellow Afghan veteran who served multiple combat tours there, not only was I disappointed, I was horrified there was no mention of the veterans who served, both Americans and those who helped save the lives of so many Americans. In Nabi's case, after his combat tour, he was hit by an IED, and he's still suffering 10 months in an Afghan field hospital, and was back out there volunteering to serve with my home state of Iowa to protect our National Guard members. These are things that we have veterans who are dying at a rate of 22 every day, and that's a situation where we want the president to acknowledge there can be a bright future for our veterans who served in Afghanistan and not leave it at one of the darkest chapters in American history. Billions lost, a Taliban that's taken over, and a family left behind.
Nabi, I want to go to you now for the next question. Really the same thing I asked the congressman. Were you hoping for Biden to say something, just anything, about the withdrawal in Afghanistan, especially considering what's happened to you and your family?
Definitely. I was listening, and I even asked someone, did you hear anything about Afghanistan? Did I miss it? I was a little disappointed because, a story of my family is just an example. There are thousands of families who work with the Americans and who are left behind and trying to get out. And I was hoping that our president will have a message for them and just let them know, hey, we'll get you out. And when unfortunately we didn't hear anything. So I'm just hoping that for my own family, I'm hoping that we get the support we need to get my family to safety, and also those who and our allies who are left behind.
Nabi, if you could speak to President Biden right now, what would you tell him?
Well, he talked about his son. Imagine your own son is left behind and, helpless to get out to safety. So that's what I would probably say. Like, imagine your own family members are trying to are about to be killed and trying to get out to safety.
Nabi, you became a U.S. citizen in 2019. Congratulations to you for that, first off. But despite the lack of attention that the president gave to the Afghanistan withdrawal last night, you still say the American dream is real and alive. Tell us about how that felt to go to the State of the Union address last night.
Well, yes, it is alive. American dream is alive, and but you just gotta work hard in order to make it happen. Make that a reality. It was a proud moment, and I'm very grateful for the opportunity. And it was just surreal to watch our president's speech in our capital. So it was just a proud moment for me.
So incredible to hear you say that, even though you're frustrated that it wasn't mentioned. But like you said, the American dream is still alive. Congressman, my final question to you. Do you think we're ever going to get answers on Afghanistan?
I think we're going to hold the presidency accountable. Nabi's a perfect example of somebody who came, served with the U.S., came to America, became a citizen, did it the right way. There's a pathway here for success. We still have Americans and Afghan soldiers and special forces who served with us. We're going to hold the administration accountable and make sure that those people who were promised the evacuation and those who gave their life on the American side to help serve in Afghanistan are recognized, remembered, and supported appropriately, both our veterans and those left behind.
Well, hopefully we do get answers that people like Nabi and his family deserve, as well as the American people who watch this all unfold. And what an incredible night for you, Nabi. I'm so glad you were able to go to that last night. I hope you guys had the best time. Congressman Nunn and Nabi Mohammadi, thank you so much. Have a good rest of your night, your morning. I'm not quite sure how long you guys have been up.
That's right.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you, Ashley.
Uh-huh.